Well, radiation levels now 1,600 times higher than normal. 1,600 times, and that goes up to 12 miles from Japan's crippled nuclear power plant. That zone has already been evacuated, and now folks within 18 miles of the leaking facility are being urged to stay indoors upon fear of radiation as smoke is seen rising from a second damaged reactor. We've gotten a lot of news out of there this morning. Some of it has been a bit promising from David Piper. We want to go over all of that with Ken Bergeron, who is a nuclear physicist. He worked on simulated nuclear reactor accidents at Sandia National Labs. Good to have you here this morning, Ken.
Thank you.
Good morning to you. You know, you hear that 1,600 times the normal levels at that kind of mile radius. Does that surprise you, given the work you've done?
No, it doesn't surprise me. That's a result, really, probably the releases that occurred last week, which were substantial, and the reading is far less than some of the spectacular readings that were obtained at the power plant itself last week around Tuesday. But it does indicate that it's a good thing that those people have been evacuated. The reading was right at the 12-mile boundary, right very close to it.
You know, we heard people talking about this whole area being damaged for decades. Is that your perception of how bad this is and how long this might go on, when people might ever be able to come back here? Well,
the populated area, as opposed to the plant itself, will, I think, return to some kind of a normal. It's going to be a new normal where monitoring radiation and being careful about what you eat and where the children play and so forth will become a new part of the way of life there. But things will get back to normal. Land is too valuable in Japan to walk away from it.
Boy, that's a scary kind of reality when you have to walk outside and tell your kids this area is safe to play in and touch the dirt, and this lettuce is safe to eat, and everything has to be tested all the time. You wonder how much worse this is going to get. Are you encouraged by the reports that we're hearing this morning about them getting some form of power back to those plants that could potentially cool this down before we keep hearing that things are near the boiling point in some of those spent fuel pools?
Well, it's certainly good that power is being brought back. AC power is absolutely essential to run these big machines and to keep them safe. We don't know what state the three reactors are in. There are 3 damaged reactors. Apparently, from what is being told us, there's defective equipment in the reactors. It's still a precarious situation.
Right.
And then there are the spent fuel pools. Yeah. Whose status we don't completely understand because we're not being told.
All right. A lot of big questions, as you point out, sir. Thank you for your expertise. Good to talk to you this morning.
All right.
Ken Bergeron joining us.